Hey, 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 everybody. Hey, Dove Kitty. Hey, B. Hey, CJ. Well. That was a bit of an unexpected turn. I was not expecting that at all. But I honestly think, like, I can't see how Potts can stand in front of a judge. Or if he, I don't know, God, man. This is crazy, isn't it? What's everyone's thought on what just happened? Going to work, can't stay. Love you, Joe. Oh, thank you, Jean. Love you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Have a great day in work. I think that's the only thing now left to do. I think if Potts really needs to cover his own butt and plead the fifth. The judge was definitely not playing. But he sounded really pissed at Steve's lawyer. Did anybody else feel that or not? Have a great day, beautiful. I still love that coffee for the join button. That coffee thing is awesome. I think his best option now is to legitimately plead the fifth. It seems he is pissed at both sides. I don't know, when I listened to one part of it, I was like, oh shit, man. He got really snappy at the bloke at one point. I was like, Jesus, he needs to have some coffee. Hi, Bob. I'm sorry, going back to get it in right in always. I just can't see. Hi, Island Mum. Oh my goodness. I think that, but do you think both sides have lied somewhere along the lines? Because I do. I think, and I said this the other day, you know, neither of these two have not come out of this not lying, you know? They've both lied. But he kind of decided like he was going to side with Steve, and he hadn't brought Pops into it. I saw it the other way. Yeah, wasted taxpayers' money. That's the thing, for such a little fucking channel, like 30,000 people or 28,000, whatever, in YouTube world is really not that much. Like, the channel's dead. We said that the other day, didn't we? The channel's dead. There's no way now whoever takes that channel over can build that back up. There's no way. But I agree that they've both lied. And I think the judge would be best just to be like, screw it, throw it out, start again. Exactly, waste taxpayers' money for YouTube drama. Exactly. It seems like a big shit show for what? For a channel? Because there's no money. Nobody's got any money. Steve haven't got money. Kyle haven't got money. So nobody's gaining financially out of this. The channel is dead at the moment. Can it be brought back to life? Potentially. It'd be a hell of a lot of hard work to do it. But for what? Like, the channel, I personally don't see what the fight is for. There are dead subs, people that might even actually be on YouTube anymore, at least under that account. Yeah. The channel is dead. Who's going to watch it now? I think it'll be a start over because Potts is credible, and Kyle has evidence, so it will be a redo. And I think that's the only thing that can be fair at this point, is starting a redo. Rightly or wrongly, Kyle didn't get a lawyer in time. You know? Did he know about it earlier and should have gone with it earlier? Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounded like the judge was quite pissed that Kyle didn't do this earlier and was like to, what, 11 months down the line. So, I don't know, guys. Plus, doesn't Kyle own his own artwork? Steve would have to pay him for that. Now, I thought that too, bees, but somebody said no, that it would belong to non sequitur, but I don't see it that way. I see that Kyle done it, so Kyle would own it. Yeah, that's what I understand. This is how I took it, that he was really annoyed with Kyle not coming forward earlier and not saying, Judge, I wasn't living there, I didn't get that. But I also think Uni is right. I don't know if you just saw Uni's Periscope, but he was just right. And I think, you know, excuse me, I think he's got a case. Island Mum says, no, I'm on no one's side, but who else heard Kyle's lawyer laughing at the judge at the end? Oh, I didn't hear that, Island Mum. The copyright issue is totally separate. I agree with Drag. Kyle, Steve and Potts should never be talking about a case online, no interviews. I agree 100%, because this is fucked not only Potts off, but Kyle as well, by Kyle talking and saying, I knew about the court case, has just made it look like, oh, well, he had the paperwork. So, I don't know. Yes, please. I will just finish off what I've gone for a minute, give my little 10 pence worth.
Of the ongoing saga?
Yeah. I just think it's crazy. I just think this is a lot of like, the only people that are winning in any of this is the friggin' lawyers. Like, the lawyers are winning hands down. They are ching-chinging all the way to the damn bank. They supposed to keep their mouth shut. Hi, Jess. I'm driving and had an appointment, so I'm just listening and lurking. That's okay, Jess. You can listen and lurk. I just think it's a lot of money. Like, if Rufy had just given Steve 20 grand to start a channel back up, he would have such a successful channel by now. That's exactly what it is, B. That's all it is public. It is a public pissing contest. I don't think Uni should have implied that Potts is using any drugs. That was unnecessary to say. I agree. Even though I will kind of stand up for Uni, he shouldn't have said it, but on the same token is he admitted it live as well. The court of YouTube opinion is irrelevant. It's only for views. Yeah. I don't know, like, I just think if Rufy had just literally, like, given him 20 grand to start a channel up, got somebody to, you know, do all his editing, do all his artwork and all of that, hey, Truth, he would have had, or possibly could have had, a real successful YouTube channel by now. But instead, they want to, like, put their dicks on the table to see whose is bigger. And just as an FYI, everybody who was complaining about drags not having a shirt on, you need to shush. I was enjoying the eye candy. You all need to shush. But the key left, but they let it into actual court. Well, if the judge, and the judge literally just said, if either or both are lying, there will be real life consequences. You know, they both be potentially could go to jail. You don't fuck around with a courtroom, people. Like, you genuinely don't. You should never ever lie to a court, because that's real life consequences if you lie to a court. That's not just lying on YouTube now. You know, you're lying to a judge, and judges get pissy about lying to them, you know? Don't lie to a judge. He will send you to jail. And I think that's what he made a point of saying to both parties as well. Like, you know, if I find out that anyone's lied to me, there is going to be consequences. Pot's credibility is on the line now. That's the issue, could be used. So should not be talked about until in front of the judge. Yeah, I don't know if he's got any credibility left at the moment. According to people on Uni's Periscope just a minute ago, Steve is already gloating online and saying that he's happy, Potts is happy to go to court and, you know, stand on the stand and say whatever it is. I know that's easy, that everyone would even attempt that, but Steve is letting Potts be his patsy now. That's exactly what I just said to Uni. I feel like Steve has screwed Kyle and screwed Potts right over. I'll be back in a minute. We have a meeting. Okay, babe. I honestly, I do. I feel like they've screwed him over a good one. But that's another thing. They genuinely don't care about Potts. Neither side cares about Potts. This poor frigging kid have come into it with his eyes shut and just sort of being, my ex-boyfriend's a knobhead. And if you think about every time you finished with somebody, after every time your relationship have finished, how many times have you gone to your girlfriends and said, oh my god, my ex is such a knob, I hate him, he did this, this and this and this, and not exactly lie, but emphasize the truth, you know, a little bit, sort of push the truth barrier over a little bit, you know. Oh, well, he got really mad at me once and he did this, you know, where in reality, yeah, he got mad, but he shouted. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always, whenever you break up with someone, you're always going to see stuff from the relationship that was bad. Like, oh my god, he's such a big bad shit, like, you know. However, now Kyle's lawyer may be used to recording Steve saying he knew that Kyle didn't live at his mum's. And he said that multiple times as well. I feel this was a ploy to get another continuance. Let's drag on and on. I kind of agree with you on that one, but, like, I think this judge isn't playing. I think this judge is like, you know, this has gone on for too friggin' long now. Come on, people. Like, it's a friggin' YouTube channel with less than 30,000 subs. There is no monetary gain either side because nobody got any fucking money. Kyle's going to need to do another GoFundMe because he's going to need to pay, what's her name? His lawyer, I can't remember her name now. Scotty. He's going to need to pay her. She's not free or cheap. I see another GoFundMe soon. Me too. I think so too. She's not cheap. That $5,000 have got to be run out by now. Surely, to God, that $5,000 has got to be up by now. Who would foolishly enough to donate? I saw on the stream lots of people said they would, me being one of them. Just purely because, not that I think Kyle's telling 100% the truth, but I don't feel like Steve is either, and I think it's unfair that Ruth is pushing basically using his funds to bully someone. And that's exactly what he's doing. Ruif is using his money to bully another party, to show that, ha ha ha, my dick's bigger than yours. Potts is a grown adult. He made a decision to get involved. I don't have a lot of sympathy. I get it. Used his funds to get Steve what he is owed. But what's he going to get? Joe, what's he going to get? In reality, what's Steve going to get? His channel back? For what? The channel back? What? A dead channel? Give it him. 30k. Like, if Ruif really cared about Steve and not about a pissing contest, he could have put that money into a great channel and built it to something great. By now, he would have had amazing stuff. But instead, he wants to prove his point, prove that he's got deeper pockets. Like Ruif said, very blatantly. Oh, 20 grand to me is nothing. It's like 20 quid to you lot, or $20 to you lot. Isn't that not showing that he's bullying people using his funds? The channel is worth nothing now. Exactly. I want to see justice done. But how? How is that's my point. How is justice going to be done? That's what I don't understand. Kyle has no money, so Steve is not going to gain financially. The channel is dead, so what do Steve want? Apart from Kyle to be hung, drawn and quartered, and him to shred blood whilst saying that Steve is king, what else is he going to get out of it? I cannot see anything that Steve is going to get out of this apart from bragging rights. And let's be fair, he doesn't need any more of those. Steve is getting the channel and the order for half of the money. The win is that Kyle gets money in the future. He can take it from him. The likelihood of Kyle getting that much money in the future is damn slim. So what, he's going to pay Kyle $50 a month for the rest of his damn life? Justice would be seeing Steve banished from YouTube and Twitter. Hi everyone. Hi Choppy Lily. Who said that 20 was 2 grand is 20 to me? Steve said that. No, Devil's Cards, that was Rufy said it. His little banker. Change the B to a W. I guess I don't have testosterone, so I don't understand. I'm going to be spending more money than the channel is worth for a win. Exactly, B. Kyle should just say he'll give you the channel and then copyrights if you drop all this nonsense. I said that the other day, and I don't even know whether he would do that now. Even if Kyle gave him the channel, Ruif has still got a hard on, and he would still want his piece of meat from Kyle. And he's willing to put whatever it is into it. He wants his pound of flesh. And Ruif has already said, 20 grand to me is like 20 quid to you. I can afford it. Steve has a banker. Oh yeah, Ruif. Did you go rolls?
Yes.
Good dots.
And bread, just the rolls. You have the choice of like normal.
Did you get it from Lance? I think Lance ones.
Yeah. It should be fine.
Yeah.
I got bread as well, just in case.
Yeah, that's fine. Dove Kitty, that sounds reasonable. I don't know if that would be enough for Steve though. Like, does he really want a dead channel? That's my point. Do anybody think that Steve is happy to have a dead channel? That's my question for everybody. does anybody think that Steve really wants this channel? It's about the principal at this point, and Steve wants the win. And I think Ruith actually wants him more than Steve does. I think he would. He knows he isn't getting money, so it's all there is. But what's he gonna gain, Joe? What's he gonna gain from having the channel? It's not like Kyle actually cares about the channel anymore, in my opinion. No, he doesn't give a shit about the channel. I don't think he does either. I have no qualms that he doesn't give a shit about this. It's just a pissing contest between a bunch of boys who wants to see whose dick's bigger than the other person's. They're all going to go in front of the judge and flop him on the table.
Which that might be easier way of doing it.
That's what it is. That's what it all boils down to. No. No.
Before or after a splash.
I have no idea.
Don't be keeping up with it. I know, mate. I'll let you in a minute.
If I was cheated out of 30, I would want whatever I could to get to stop, but nothing to get it. But you're never going to get it. You're never going to get that from Kyle. Yeah, exactly. My question is, if Steve going to pay this guy back thinking he's going to make big bucks on the channel? I don't know. He begs and pleads with people about, oh, I'll make you, I'll give you a segment on the non-sec when I get it back, and I've heard it say to people with my own ears.
Percentage to
I've heard it with my own ears. Hey, Elliot's Web. Laugh out loud, Jackal, very true. Hey everyone, I have to go feed him rotten today. My opinion is I'm on the fence with the non sequitur.
We shall see. Leave that.
I think it's going to depend now, because I think they both lied, right? Somewhere along the lines they have both lied. To what degree? I don't feel like Kyle has lied recently about anything. I don't. Did he lie to start off with? Yeah. And is the judge pissed about that? Yeah. Remember, the 30k is Steve's figures, not the actual figures. Exactly. And that's before tax and all of that. So
and Kyle's costs.
And Kyle's costs and all of that. In reality, it's more like 10.
If that. In fact, you might even have to pay money out.
No worries, Elliot. I feel like the judge was schooling Scotty and making her work for it. Yeah.
I reckon he was schooling both of them.
I think he was pissed at both, to be honest. He was mad.
He just wasn't happy with all of the kind of ways.
Well, they were both pretty,
playing games. They've both been playing games.
Yeah. That also doesn't include Patreon or merch. That was the YouTube figures. I don't think it was that much. But, okay, Joe, this is for you, okay? Steve stated that Kyle stole all this money back in June, right? Correct? Yet, he just had, or he didn't, Redrick did, just had Potts on his channel, and Potts is saying, oh, he didn't have 2 freaking pennies to rub together. He kept, his credit card kept getting declined when we went out drinking. So if all this money is being stolen from Steve, where is it? Because he wasn't spending it on his boyfriend. We saw his bank statements. There wasn't thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on there. That's because he stole it and snorted it. I don't think so. Hi, Black. How do you know the figures, Joe? I don't I don't see we are not in litigation. He didn't steal that money. Exactly. But let's play argument, right, okay? Say Kyle did. Where did the money go? You can't say he snorted 30 grand up his nose in, like, what, a month? Between the non sequitur and him meeting Paul Pot, not Paul Potts. What's his name?
Pot.
I keep saying Paul Potts. Ben Potts.
Ben Pot.
So you're saying between May and June, he snorted 30 grand plus of
Whatever.
up his nose. Come on now. I know heavy drug users that don't use that much up their nose. He was taking money the whole time he didn't spend it in a month. I am directing that to the other user. I know, babe, I was just reading it. I just think it's crazy. Like, he's saying that he has all this monetary funds that he stole from Steve. Where is it? You could not tell me in that month that he shoved 30 grand up his nose. I'm sorry, you can't. No, it was stated by Steve, not by evidence, though, Joe. That was just stated by Steve. Steve guesstimated. You can't guesstimate in a courtroom. You can't. You're guesstimating that. Oh well, you know, I'm guessing that it was about 30k.
The problem is Steve's argument was he wasn't given access to the books, so that he can't come up with an accurate figure from recollection. Whether that was the case or not, I don't know. But I recall something along those lines.
According to the finances Kyle submitted, the channel actually ended up 20k in the red. That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, that's what I thought.
That's what you thought, wasn't it?
Yeah.
New channels don't make money, guys. Like, literally. You'd have to be, like, in the millions to make decent money that you can not worry about money. He had to put it on until he got into Discovery. Yeah, but then you can't come then, Joe, and say, oh, well, he spent 30 grand. Because until the Discovery, until we all know what exactly is going on and what the judge have said, like, yeah, okay, this, and this, we're just guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And we shouldn't be guessing where a courtroom is concerned.
Everyone's guessing in this, even the people within the court.
And as a co-owner, you would have access to stuff, wouldn't you? Of course he would. He had access to it. Same as thing, but they all said that he didn't because, oh, shock.
Basically, yeah, same thing. That's what
So
I
if
thought, because that was based on he patented the images,
art, image,
music,
music,
and all that sort of stuff. But I think that's
if you're going to do a channel and do it like Kyle did, okay, look at it this way, Joe. Okay, I'm going to speak to you personally because you're coming in sort of protecting Steve, which is fine. I don't care. But you're saying, right, that he stole this money. Steve was co-owner. Steve. Last year in June when all this went down, or July when all this went down, Steve had two channels. He had the Steve McRae and the Great Debate Community. If he was able to do all the things that Kyle did, why is his show still shit? Why are they not edited like Uni's or anybody else's? Not that I can talk. My lives are shit too. But if he is able to do all this editing and all this work, why hasn't he? Why is his live still shocking that he's constantly needs fucking Bullinator to come in and wipe his butt for him? I think Kyle against Potts. Kyle is much better speaker, aka bullshit.
I agree. Storyteller.
And that's what it is a story. Don't forget to help Joe send super chats. Oh, that's the Streamlab. Yes, send super chats.
I'm on the fence. Doesn't mean you have to go. You're always welcome to stand on the fence and laugh at us all.
Elliot's always on the fence, bless.
It's the best place
Speak
to be.
to you soon.
It's the best place to be.
Bye, honey. I just think you can't, for me personally, like, why wouldn't, if Steve was able to run a stream like the non sequitur, why on God's green earth wouldn't he start doing it? Bullinator edited, etc. when Kyle was there, but I have no dog in this fight, and the graphics from the non sequitur Steve couldn't use, I believe. I don't know exactly. That's what I'm saying, Amzi.
Yeah, but there was discussion about another case in regards to the patents.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, if Bullinator and Steve was all up in the show, done everything, the art, the music, and all of that, and why didn't why ain't they doing that now? Why ain't they making a good stream?
Because you need organisation and money to get the people on who will actually get the stream going.
But he has, according to him, he can get people on his streams.
He's got money for
It's craziness.
court cases.
Well, we would be who would be a co-owner and not have access to the banking info? It's all BS. Agree.
But I think it's BS on all sides.
MD says, I'm not donating shit. And then Joe says, no, me. I still think my argument sits as why didn't they genuinely make something that had the potential of growing into something amazing like the non sequitur? If they had all these opportunities, they knew what they were doing, they knew how to do this, that, and the other. Like, they still freaking argue on a stream when Bull is in there, like, you know?
Here's a question, though. Right, as I noticed earlier, Red's Rhetoric.
Yeah.
His channel's got 30+K subs, right?
Yeah.
He's part of all of this because you can tell when Steve's on, he's got the Red Rhetoric sign in the background.
Yeah.
So Red is in effect doing the graphics for him.
No, his sign's on when he's there in the live.
Okay, because I've seen them when they're talking and he hasn't been there and the sign's in the background.
No, it's
the
just
whole screen.
Yeah, no, he's just there.
Okay. But either way, right? Steve's channel's got what? 5K? What, 12K now? I don't know.
17, he bought some.
He
grew.
He
grew.
Right? So 17K, right?
Yeah.
Why, if Rez has got an established channel, etc., why can't Steve, with all of that group together, create the same, based on what you're saying?
Because they didn't. That's the point. Kyle did all the graphics, all the music. Kyle made the non sequitur great. I'm sorry, but it's true. If it wasn't the case, Steve, Reds, and all of those would be able. It's principle. I get that, Joe, and I'm not saying not sue him, but what I'm saying is, why, in this meanwhile, have they not gone up and done something amazing? Yeah, I know. Like, I don't understand why they haven't made, in the meanwhile, still take him to court, I'm not saying that, but in the meanwhile, why haven't they made something of a great show? And I can't talk, mine's just here talking like this, but I'm not saying that I am anything great. I don't think anyone expected it to drag on this long. But even if not, though, you'd think your future would say, like, boom, let's get this channel up and running. We'll make the Steve McGray show freaking great, just like non sequitur. To prove a point. They've not done it. And that's the bit that's got me. Nate should have dropped his member link in the pre-stream, as I've gotten low lots of new members.
He would
Any
have been,
iPhone peeps don't see the join button. Yeah, I'm sure he should have.
but he was having technical issues.
Yeah. He should have done that. That's what I'm saying. I honestly do think... I'm not saying that he shouldn't have sued. If that's what he wanted to do, he could sue. But why not make a channel? If he is able and capable, why not make a channel that is amazing and have people on that, you know, carry on the non-sec in another banner, yeah, under another banner. I think he made his channel into a drama for revenge. That's exactly what he done. He went on even people who was in his quote unquote inner circle were pissed at him going after Katie Joy. At this rate, this lawsuit will be lasting longer than the show did. Well, that's true. Kyle was bullied offline. That's why he left. I think hopefully he can make a comeback. I hope so too. I think it's legal case. You just have to expect it to drag on for years and years. Yep. That's true. And then Joe says, MD, lol, very true. I just think that's my argument, is why on God's green earth wouldn't...
Because if they can't do it on their own channel now, they're not going to be able to do it on the non-sec.
That's what I'm saying.
They can't.
If they're unable and incapable of doing a good stream, I'm not saying their lives are not good, but it's not well thought out, it's not well edited, it's not well produced. Do you know what I'm saying?
And it's just basically a bunch of people.
But seriously, what kind of friend would ask their buddy to bankroll this much money for so little? The case costs more than he could possibly collect.
Yeah, but did he
because I think Ruif is genuinely emotionally invested. He has some issues with Kyle. He wants to, yeah, there's history somewhere. He wants to, for all intents and purposes, maybe prove a point with Kyle. Don't fuck with me. I don't know. Steve's NS streams are the only streams he got any views on, besides he would stream Katie Drama, which he prohibited from doing now. Facts. Exactly. Do you think they'll have to have a certain name on a good channel? No one doesn't work that way in its content. But this is what I'm saying, the content part, you know, he's doing no different to what Little Reds is doing or what I do. Do you know what I mean? Sit on there, talk crap. He's doing no different. But if he was this big, great person that was all up in YouTube and knew how to do this and edit, where is the edited videos? Where is his edited videos? Where is his videos to say, see, I can be just as good as what we did on the non-sequitur? It comes down to sub numbers, and NSS has the numbers, even though Steve's mind matters, but to everyone else it's a dead channel. I think it's a dead channel, completely utterly a dead channel. And I think Dove's right, and when she says that you know, the channel for all intents and purposes is probably people that are even not on YouTube anymore. Even if it did come up, they'd probably unsubscribe. He wouldn't get the views or be able. I think he thinks that he could just be like, boom, done. I can get this channel back up and running and make hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day on streaming, which is not the case. He doesn't have the capabilities, nor does Bullinator, nor does Reds. They don't do edited streams. They don't like think about what they're going to do, what they're going to show, and you know. And then when you think about like somebody like Reds and Cheshire, and I'm not going to say Steve on this one, I'm actually, because Steve doesn't so much, but Reds and Cheshire, all they do is cuss. All they do is like abuse people, yeah, and cuss people out, like,
and condescend.
You can't be like that. Like, you just can't. You can't, like, they couldn't go into a business meeting with Carl's father using that kind of language. His father would have him out in how many seconds?
Yeah. Actually, no, he'd probably sit there and play with them.
Oh yeah, he'd probably play with them for a little while, then boot them.
Yeah.
And Jackie would be even less.
Oh, God.
But use your big boy words and use your big boy girl words, and you don't need to cuss somebody out if you can't get your point across.
But it's the same on all sides. You've got people abuse, you must be stupid not to get this and all that. So it's all kind of...
And it's not so much, yeah, it's not so
much.
much Steve on this one. Steve generally doesn't cuss as much. He does cuss, but not as much.
He does sometimes. He goes off on a rampage.
NSS was Steve's crowning glory. The name and the sub count for him is that matters, despite him saying views doesn't matter. He's a narcissistic, my opinion. His ego needs those glory days back. Those glory days will never ever be back, Steve. Jackal, I got that, but Steve should still keep his ego in check. 100. You can't belittle your subs and expect them to stay around. And this is my point, right? There you say all about Katie Joy and how she talks to her subs, right? And I'm not disputing that at all, right? She can talk to her subs like really, really bad. I am not disputing that. What I am disputing is how come they all sit there and criticize what Katie has done and what Katie is doing, but yet not come along and say, oh my God, like Cheshire, somebody asked Cheshire a question, she laughed at them and told them to go and fuck themselves. Do you know what I mean? I don't see how that is viable and how that's okay, but it's not okay. How did you do that? Oh, it's probably from the other time that I give everybody points. No, I didn't the last time.
I've got 400 points. Yay. Right.
That's true, the hypocrisy. Exactly. I'm not saying Katie doesn't, because she does. Like, you did one instead of...
I know, I fixed it.
She does, but you can't then say, oh, well, Katie's an effing bitch. Like, she does this, she talks to people like shit, and then, like, allow Reds to be on the stream going, F you, F this, F you all. Somebody else type high host. Oh.
That was got 301. How come I only got 400?
Because I haven't added yours. No, stop spitting the dummy, otherwise you can go into the room and be not play with the other kids.
I'll go in the room and put my game on.
You cannot play with the other kids. If you're not going to be nice, you're not going to play with the other children.
See, you obviously like everyone else over me.
Yeah, I do.
Don't think of your husband, you just like, you know.
Aww. PJ hasn't got points at all. It's probably from where I did it last time and haven't done it yet because I'm on my phone.
Wrong, I tell you.
Little Reg is just mean. She thinks she's nice. I think with Little Reg, she's going to have to change her ways. I do. I don't think when she's monetized, she'll be able to carry on like that.
She is trying.
I think she's trying. She is.
Being
yeah.
Kind of, you know.
Yeah. Because she is trying to curb her language a little bit. Whether she will or not, I don't know. She's taken over Steve's role on Katie Hate Stream. Pretty much, that's exactly what she's done. And trying to get, just like Steve did a year ago, getting Kendra, Super Mommy, all these people on their on the stream to talk shit again. Just like Steve did a year ago, or 8 months ago, whenever it was. When was Super Mummy and Kendra and all them on the stream with Steve? Can you remember? 10 months ago?
I didn't keep up with
It was something like that. Do they really monetize a hate channel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't dislike Little Red, but the type of channel will go and get funding. Don't think so. No.
They do monetize channels like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we've had all been monetized. And we just sit there talking.
Yeah, but I'm not a hate channel. I was a hate channel.
Or could be conceived as being.
I don't think I'm a hate channel anymore. Does anybody think I'm a hate channel?
I don't think you were ever really a hate channel.
No, I think I was.
No, I don't think you were.
I
think
was.
You were just, your wording and the way you brought things across didn't
Was
quite
hateful.
come across in the best,
It's targeted harassment.
best light.
Yeah. She
We talk
cried
about
when
everything.
Uni said she did heroin, but says Katie abuses Anadrol. And like she'll say she's trying to not say stuff about Katie's kid and stuff, but the other week, and I think I spoke to her about it. Like she literally said, oh well, Katie's got a friggin' nurse in and all the time, and it was only when Flossie said something like, oh well, you know, maybe we shouldn't talk about that. She went, oh yeah, I would never talk about kids. And like the way she used to bitch about Uni, and I must find this funny, I do find this funny, the way she used to bitch about Uni doing these long streams and then she sits on for like hours. I can't help but laugh at her.
8-9 hours.
I know, she just
I
like,
know.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, you need like,
Wow.
I couldn't do it. I used to think that, Joe, but not anymore. Thanks, babe. I think I used to be a hate channel, or I'll say things that were hateful,
That's probably a better way of putting it.
but I don't think I do anymore.
I think you have learned a lot.
I mean, comment on their channel, sure, but just true. You do plans to do next. How long are you going to hate to watch? And in reality, like Katie could strike her channel for all the things she puts up about Katie. Like she could. If Katie got a bee in a bonnet, she could legitimately strike her. Yeah, I usually don't hang long in the streams. I don't watch KJ and don't care what she's doing. Me neither.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. I think if everyone done that though and stopped caring,
I think that would make more of a
that would make more of an impact. I do. Like I don't care what she does. She hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. She's still gonna do the same shit. Like
And
you
more
were,
people
but
that-
in your defense, you weren't streaming nightly for 3 to 7 hours. No, hell no. That would kill my back. I generally go after an hour and a half. My back's killing. Can I ask you all, this super mum person, how? Super mummy have already put hers out on one of Steve's lives. It must be about a year ago, surely 10 months maybe.
I mean, when she was on Steve's channel, I don't know. Didn't know she was on Steve's channel.
How come she didn't say what she did when she was on Steve's? I don't know. I've asked myself the same question. I did. I asked myself the same question. I did feel sorry for that little Luna girl. I can't help it. I did. Like the way she would talk. She did. That broke my heart. That little, I don't know how old she is. She's probably a kid in comparison to me. But the way she spoke, I did feel bad. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for her because she clearly like felt really, really horrible. But I think a lot of people are asking that as well. Well, that was recent with Luna. Yeah, I just felt bad for her. The poor little mite. I was just like, oh, bless her. And you could hear it in her voice as well. She was really choking up. And I was just like, oh, my God, I feel so bad. And that's the thing as well. Like, why are we going over things that happened a year ago? That's another thing that kind of confuses me. Why are we going over this again? Steve's been over this already. Not Luna's, so I'm going to take her out of the equation.
But I think that's what they've done. They've brought or persuaded Luna, and then when
We've all thought that, I think, PJ.
They can then bring out all the old stuff again.
I know, but criticise it. I said this the other day, like, even before Red's put it all on her channel. Like, let's stop going backwards. Let's criticise her for what she's doing now. Like, criticise her. I don't care if you criticise her. Like...
Some of that, I mean, the problem is that she doesn't help herself because of the way she acts, but then they
yeah.
They act in the same way. They do exactly
They're all
the
sitting
same
there
things.
like... Oh, I don't know. But koalas and the chick last night, we have heard these stories already.
Mm-hmm. They're just rehashing them because what they're doing is they're trying to use public opinion that weren't about possibly from the beginning of the situation.
Yes, Koala is being consistent and I feel bad for her. I don't think Koala's actually, like, apart from obviously now, I don't think she's actually told so much of her story, because I know she did online a little while after she came out of hospital. I know she did say some things, and I know that I got dragged into that, so I'm glad that she's, like, come up and said, like, no, it wasn't, like, it was Katie. That I'm appreciative of. And I think it's okay for her to have her say, just like Luna and stuff, you know, everyone's entitled to say their story. I have no issues with that. I don't know, guys. It just seems a lot.
It just seems to be weird.
I don't believe a word she says. She's been hating on Katie for years now over a cup disagreement. She also said Katie and Jessie Bear go on vacations together. Think about it. Have we ever seen Katie even go on a day out not streaming since she's been on YouTube? She doesn't go on vacation. Super Mummy is a liar in my opinion. That's true, actually.
Yeah, but could she have been talking about...
But she hasn't, no, since she streams every day.
Could she?
Yeah.
But could she not stream when she's away?
No, because she wouldn't be at her desk. Kendra is coming on today, and we have all heard her side before as well, but we all have the right to vent if it helps. See, I wouldn't say it flat out, don't believe it, but it seems the spotlight is on her, is in her sight. I confuse where they're two qualities. I never watched Red Stream from. No, there's only one quality.
Well, that we know.
That I know of, yeah.
There's probably similar names out there. It's the internet of millions and millions and millions of people.
I don't. Hang on. I don't chat, but I'll be honest. I don't pay attention, but I'll see. Hang on, I've lost it. Shit. I don't know. What is it? I can't see. Hang on, guys, 2 secs. Undo it.
Can. Good thing you can.
Oh, I accidentally hit MD. Oh my god. Can you, if you go to mine, go via mine, and you can unhide her. We're fixing it now, sorry. Was that your button, that PJ? It's okay, PJ, we can fix it.
No, you could.
Yeah, go to settings. Go down, yeah, and then go down to the thing and you should be able to find MD in that section.
And I've hidden
We're fixing it now. Did Quality leave Twitter and then come back? Does anybody know? Yes, Chopper Lily. What happened is she was getting a lot of crap off Katie Joy, and she left because from what I can recall, and I do remember this because she apologized to Katie about certain things, and then Katie basically went and said, see, even Quality, and then she went back but Katie deleted all her comments, and then it made Quality look like a nut job. It's okay, we're trying to fix it now.
Well, it's just because it's on a 300-second hidden.
Oh, it's hidden for 300 seconds.
So.
All right.
I think, but I don't know.
Well, it's better than what For Fuck's Sake done. For Fuck's Sake done it via the boob. She put her phone in her bra and bloody...
Because they're not on the list.
Oh, no, she's just been hidden for a couple of seconds then. Find out. Do we know who TD Docs is on Twitter? I don't know, no. Do you remember with all the things, Chopper Lily, it was all like all the voice recordings, and it literally made her sound like a fucking nut job. Oh, you got it? Okay, sorted. MD, you should be able to write now, babe. Sorry, we sorted it. Katie made her look bad. Exactly, yeah. Sometimes it feels like she's taken over from Steve. I don't think there's any question now, really. Do you know what I mean? She is a new viewer who doesn't know any backstories, and I'm hearing the majority of people believe those ladies should be discredited. Housewives in the house. I'm hearing from... So as a new viewer who doesn't know any backstories, am I hearing the majority of people are saying they're not to be believed or discredited? I don't think they're to be discredited or anything like that. That, you know, their story is their story. I think a lot of people are just saying, why are they retelling and adding things to their story now than something they said 10 months ago or 11 months ago, 12 months ago. Don't take the time as me saying anything. Like, I don't think anyone's saying that anybody needs to be discredited, because that's just not the case. I mean, everyone's story, and they're entitled to their story. I just think people are confused why we're reiterating it. I'm sorry to say this, but I thought she was a little crazy with Katie exposing hers. Yeah, she did take parts of what she was saying off. So when she put her recordings out, she literally made Quality sound like a friggin' nut job, which is unfair. Like, if you're gonna push it out, put it all out, you know? And I don't think Quality, apart from like saying bits and pieces on Twitter, and I could be wrong on this, but I don't believe she's spoken publicly, as in like on a YouTube channel, about this before. So I don't think like she's sort of reiterating her story or anything like that. I think she is just telling what happened at those times, and I do remember it. I actually remember it quite vividly. That was unfair, I agree. Exactly. And it did make her look really bad, and I felt really bad for her. Because she wasn't in the best place, you know? She was trying to sort her shit and get her shit together. And I honestly feel like Katie made her look like, and she probably felt like a nut job as well. Like, I'd been there. I know, you know, sometimes when you apologize to Katie for one thing, she expects the world, and that's not how it is, you know? You can't expect, like, when I apologized to Katie, I apologized for the screenshots and mentioning her child. That's what I apologized for. I was not apologizing. I made it very, very clear to Katie, I am not apologizing for other things. But she still wanted everything, you know. Quality, to be fair, was going through a lot in her life at the time. She freaked out on KJ with good reason. No, I personally seen all of the screenshots. Yeah, same. I have too. And it didn't help then, like, obviously the whole other screenshots was being mentioned about, not the Abe screenshots, the other screenshots. So, I mean, she took a little bit of the brunt of that from me as well. Quality did. Because I was like, why on God's green earth would you give them to Britas? And then I think I called her a stupid bitch. Because I was like, why would you think apologizing to Katie is going to get you anything but shit? And she gets it. I've spoken to her about it. I mean, she's called me names as well. So it's not like I'm just calling her names. But I was just annoyed that she'd sent Britas it, and it was all just a big shit show. So she was probably getting it from a lot of sides, to be fair. I didn't realise you could still play this game when I was on my phone.
No, that. Although, I don't know where MD's gone.
I'll message her. Oh, I can't message her. I'll tag her.
I was going to say, I've tagged her a couple of times on here, but it could be somewhere else. But it's come off, we've taken it off the YouTube bit.
Yeah, she should be able to.
She should be able to. But
What was Quality's YouTube page? I don't think she had a YouTube page. She just had a Twitter.
I lost all my money.
I did get it working. Finally. Well, I really shouldn't say that I got it working.
Did I lose all my points?
No, you got 2,674.
Yes, I lost some then.
Oh, did you? PJ's like, stupid game. If I was on the computer, I'd give you more points. When I go on the computer next time, I'll give you more points. I did give everybody a load of points, but you
Apart
must
from
have
me.
not been in here. Oh, will you quit whining?
You know, your husband.
She was admin for a Facebook group, but not sure Tina, the one Tina has, the first one. Yeah, it was, yeah, I think she's still got that group. I thought Quality was also detoxing, but who knows anymore. I don't think she was T-Dox and Koala. I think Koala's just been Koala.
There you go, I lost all.
Aww. Once I go on the computer after, I'll give you more points, okay?
No, it's too late now.
You're going to split the dummy?
No, I don't have one.
No.
If I had one, I would, obviously.
Oh, poor baby.
I'll have to go and get one, just so I can.
Jack will steal it.
Yeah, that's true. He's probably got one somewhere
I
still.
do know when Little Red streams, I never join the hate. I will never, and if it gets to that bad, I will leave. I think she's probably going to try and not get to that point, to be honest, of, like, where she was. But she's got to, like, I don't know. I'm not one really to give advice, am I really, to be fair? Do you know what I mean? I just think it's crazy. I'm not going to say her name now because she isn't using it. I just don't understand why KJ blocked me on Twitter when I've never talked or tweeted anything negative towards her.
So cute.
Yes, MD, we can see you. We're so sorry. PJ was eating lunch and it got... she blocked you by mistake. Sorry, MD. We're sorry.
We got you back.
We got you back. No one should have feel bad for listening to anyone's stream. No.
Well, we actually encourage it.
We've been trying for the last 15 minutes. We did sort it, but it might have took a bit to connect again.
For Tubi Vision to let you
I
back
really
in.
don't know how I did it, but I'm sorry. It's okay, PJ. We know you didn't do it on purpose. I agree, Island Mum, and this is what I've said this the whole way along. Like, you know, you should watch who you want to watch. You know, support who you want to support. It really doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't. Like,
In fact, we encourage to see all
yeah.
sides, you know.
The other day, I'm not going to tell you who, but the other day somebody messaged me and said, no, I'm a fan of Kate D's, you know that, and I met him just recently, and she's a huge Katie supporter, and she was really upset with how things have gone, and I was like, you know, as a friend, all you can do is support her and, you know, be there for when she falls to help her back up and stuff like that. And I think if somebody wants to support Katie and be Katie's friend, that's all they can do, is just be there and just not stand up for her, but not damn her either, you know. I think that's all really anyone can do. And watch who you want to watch. Support who you want to support. It's not, it really isn't, there is enough YouTube for everybody.
And everyone's got different opinions, or
Yeah.
they see things differently. So
And this is what I was saying to Uni the other day. Like, just because Nate does it doesn't, I still want to hear his view on it.
Yeah.
So even though like Nate streamed about the non-sack, I still want to hear what
someone else
Uni's got to say
or
about it.
what someone else
And,
has got
you
to
know,
say, or whatever, you know. I mean, we try.
I
and
got a
listen.
call, but could still hear Joe in the background of my call. The Welsh freak in the background.
Just tell them you're on holiday.
That's true. The enemy of my friend is not always the enemy. Exactly. And it is literally like you can support and be friends with anybody. All I say to people is you can be friends with who you want. Don't bring shit to my door.
Simple.
It's quite simple, you know, and I do this in real life. You know, I've got friends that are really close to people I absolutely detest. But we just don't speak about them. It's just simple. Just don't bring shit to my door. I'm not going to bring shit to your door. Jobs are good on. There's no need. I would never tell any of my friends that they can't be friends with somebody. She treats her subs and mobs and members like absolute crap, and I cannot accept criticism, and she cannot accept criticism. All she needs to do is be kind. It's not that hard. It seems she's been told by multiple people and doesn't listen. Because I think she feels like if she hasn't got this quote-unquote personality trait, I think she feels she's going to lose it all. It's like she doesn't know what it's like not to be hated.
And in control.
No, I don't even think it's about control. I think it's genuinely, she feels if she's hated, she's doing well. That's what I feel in her head. I think she's had it for so long with the whole Steve and everyone else. It's normality. I think she starts drama with these channels to get them to hate her, to get them to talk about her, so she can do the woe me.
True. But this is what we've always said. I think the more people that stop talking about people they dislike, the less likely people are to then fall for, I suppose, a difference of...
Yeah. Hi, Joanna. I subscribed to Katie, had to go. She has a pattern of it. It was quiet. She created it. Yeah. But that's what I think she is. Like, she needs that. I think she doesn't feel like she has an existence on YouTube unless being hated by somebody. So she likes the fact that Little Red will hate on her. She likes the fact that Steve's minions will hate on her on Twitter. She likes that all these channels have a go at her. She can run to people and be the, oh my god, poor me, my family's being doxxed. If you're going to call a little girl a brat, of course somebody's going to be a bitch to you. That's just going to be, that's just how it is. You can't say things like that and expect it to be okay. I still watch some of her content but don't support the hate parade against her. I definitely support criticism against her. There is a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The ironic in my Janelle is identical to KJ. Both thrive on haters.
I don't know who Janelle is.
It's just incredible. It's just, honestly, it's just, I honestly think that she's just, she doesn't understand that, you know, you can still have a perfectly acceptable career on YouTube without all the hate channels coming after you. And I think that weak silence sort of proved that if everyone shut the fuck up and didn't speak about her, didn't do live streams, hating on her, she was leveling out. But we're helping her by giving it, not me, because I don't do the hate shit, but I did, and other people do. It's crazy to me.
They might as well just put her link in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that week that everyone went dark, her numbers actually went dark. I stopped supporting KJ when she went on her channel and said all creators should get along, and then the next day caught her on LB's channel talking shit. Can't have it both ways. Oh, and during the KJ blackout, she had a meltdown. She thrives on the drama, in my opinion. You'd think so, though. I think she thrives. She wants these hate channels. It gives her something to do.
It makes her feel important.
Yeah. But it's just like everybody. Nobody can just like put this facade on forever, like, you know? It's like when me and LB fell out, they all went back to Katie's and was on Katie's stream. There was Lindsay and Britta's and all of those. Like, oh my God, Katie, we love you. Now they're all, including LB, on freaking Little Red stream. And I'm like, yeah, pitching in. I'm like, okay, so that didn't last long. It lasted as long as her going after me, and then now, okay, we were done now. She went after Joe. Our job's here is done. And then they're all back on the Hate Katie campaign. It literally lasted less than a friggin' week. I can't even remember the last time I watched it because they hate her. I don't understand. I value the time I spent.
I'd rather watch something I want to watch.
Yeah.
Even if it is crap.
I hardly watch anybody in the community, to be honest. I watch Little Reds now and again. I watch AMUSEMENT all the time. I will go and make sure I watch it and like it. And uni. The rest I'll just ask for like timestamps so I don't have to sit through. Some enjoy the victim role. Exactly that, Barbara. That's exactly what it is. She likes to play that game.
It's like a insolent child.
But I think she's just...
Attention.
But she's so used to having that now. If it stopped, I think she would feel less of a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because
well, no,
uni
she would
is...
feel less of attention, and less she feels she's not putting herself out there. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, you know.
I don't know. I just think she can't. She's unable to just be like, whoa, hang on a minute, like, let's just crack on with my channel and do what I need to do. I feel like Katie can't keep her mouth shut. She can't ignore the haters and engages them. She needs to just do her thing. The people don't like her. Exactly, don't watch her. The hypocrisy is very thick with her. It's been proven over and over. She rarely ever corrects herself. And it's just something wrong with the example from the Colin Goslin stream. Did I say that right? Yeah, I do watch PJ as well. I
watch science.
Yeah, you do watch science.
Or crap. Or politics. I find that interesting.
I feel like Katie needs the drama in her life. She does need the drama in her life. But I don't think that's like necessarily, I'm going to kind of stick up for her a little bit here. I don't think that's necessarily like her fault as such. Okay, hear me out before you all go, oh my God, Joe, you've lost your damn mind. Right? I honestly believe, like, when she started getting hate off Steve, she had what, 2,000 subs, right? She was getting the hate as if she was like a channel with 1 million subs, right? Everyone on YouTube gets hate, I get that, but she was getting like a lot, yeah, a drastic amount of hate. And I think she feels now that if that hate goes, that kind of diminishes who she is, and that's who I think it is. Now, we already know you lost your damn mind.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel that she honestly thinks that the drama makes her. Like, if people don't like her, if people are not doing streams about her, then, well, what is she? Because that's what it feels like. That's honestly what it feels like. It feels like... Oh my God, my back. She feels like she needs that, but in her defense, I am going to give her this bit. I do honestly think it's because she had so much shit at the beginning of her quote-unquote YouTube career that she now feels like, wait, if that stops, what am I going to talk about? I'm not going to have anything to bitch about. I'm not having anything to, like, converse and make people feel sorry for me and send me super chats. I feel bad for her. She's lost person, really. Exactly. And I'm not gonna kick your stupid game. Hey, Ria. Agreed, Joe. The more people talk about her, the more KJ feels important and a big star. Exactly my point. You actually said it better than me. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, if people don't talk about her, she feels like she's less of a person. She feels like she's less of a YouTuber because she was getting the hate at the beginning. Your Streamlabs is broken, Joe. I'm sorry.
I got no points, so...
I just think it's sad, honestly. I do.
I do need to rename it coffees or something. Coffee beans.
Coffee beans.
So rather than points, they become, you win 4,000 coffee beans.
I do. I feel bad for her because I genuinely think that's where she lies in it. I think she feels like somebody just said then, like, if she's not being spoken about and bitched about and hated, she's not that big of a YouTuber. And in reality, she's really not. 100K in YouTube world is like just a little fish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything below that is just a fucking tadpole.
To be fair, it has very little to do with your sub numbers. It's to do with how many views you get.
But even that is not like...
So, well, that's what I mean. If, you look at, say, r/,
yeah.
Right, he's getting, what, 2 million views?
Oh, yeah,
thing he puts up?
Within
days or whatever, So that's the difference. That's where you become something. I mean, if you're pulling in millions of views
I'm here.
Every time...
I just moved my thing. I am here, though.
Mm-hmm.
They are created a monster. I think they've already created a monster. That's the thing. I honestly think they've already created it. Her ego has definitely gone off at the deep end as her sub counts has increased. Yeah, because she genuinely feels like She is important. She genuinely feels
Who
like
said I'm a public figure?
I'm a public figure, I'm important, people listen to me, people, like,
Influencer.
yeah, she believes she'd be one of those Karens that would think that she deserves free stuff because she's an influencer. Look what she puts on her when she's trying to get interviews. I have 125,000 subs. Wait, on YouTube, that's not that many. It really isn't.
It's your interaction and views. I mean, there are channels out there with 2,000 subs and they're getting 1 million views.
Yeah,
Because they're hitting subjects that are relevant to the
exactly.
focus, And then you've got
You have to accept PJ so that you can get the points from Dove. Hey. She's a middle class YouTuber. Exactly. Like, I'm a freaking tadpole. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing in comparison.
We're not even that.
I just think if she was nicer, her channel would fucking fly. And I'm not even joking. Like, she got the possibility to fly.
But maybe she thinks that if she was nice,
We lower class YouTubers, Joe. Surprise, surprise. I know, right? We're little tadpoles in a big, massive ocean, Ams.
we like being lower class.
But why do people hate her so much? I never seen anything like it. I mean, people are flawed. Why do people spend hours or a week just hating someone? That's disturbing. I don't know.
Views.
They literally watch every single thing just to see her just so they can criticize her. It's crazy to me.
It's to do with views.
I know, but I couldn't watch it. I couldn't sit there and watch just to say, oh my God, on Wednesday she said this, but on Thursday she said this.
What they do is they get someone else to go through the effort.
I couldn't do it.
Giving them the timestamps.
Fuck
and then
that.
They turn around and go, "This is what she said."
But it is true as well, and I'm not gonna. This is not me sticking up for Katie, but it is true. Like, if you go to that just Brit Glow or whatever her name is, and look at her views when she's not talking about Katie, and then look at her views when she's talking about Katie, it's like night and day. Like night and day.
Easy to prove. It's clickbait.
She has shown over and over it's all about the money to her. She doesn't care about her subs, even though subs are the reason that she makes the dollars. Exactly, Joe. No, I do believe that people do use it for clout. And rightly or wrongly, I do believe that purely because you can see it in their numbers.
But then, if you think about it in a business point of view, it
Yeah.
would be wrong not to. If you're doing it as a business.
Oh, but you can't. This is the thing with YouTube now, under the new rules, that can only last so long.
Well, no, because as long as you're mixing it up with other things, then you're okay. I mean, for example, on Little Reds, they'll do a spout of hate, and then they'll jump to something else completely different, like the dog or something, or someone else, and then they'll go back to hate. And because it's like a 7-hour stream, it's like, impossible now unless you watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
To work out where those points are.
Yeah, true.
And then they're changing their language to allow so that the bot doesn't notice it, if that makes sense. So rather than swearing all the time and all this types of things.
Dove just lost 10,000 and PJ just lost 2222. KJ got so many of these people to become monetized. They should thank her.
Exactly.
I'm stupid game. It is a stupid game.
Stupid game. I agree.
I lose all the time on it.
I can't help but gamble.
Jesus Christ, Jackie, if you're gonna talk, get the microphone.
No.
Tell him.
No.
There are so many channels that have monetized and gained clout strictly off defaming her name. I agree. So to play devil's advocate, why does Uni spend all his time talking about Steve restating I'm no picking sides? I think with Uni and the whole Steve thing, I think it's a personal thing with them. I think that Steve brought Uni in. Uni didn't want to be brought into this in the beginning, and I remember that from back when, but he got dragged into it, so I think it's more of a personal thing now with him, if I'm honest.
He's definitely invested.
He's definitely invested. Right, I'm going to get off, guys, because it's nearly 7 o'clock and I'm hungry. I shall talk to you all soon. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And I shall, I might come back later. I probably will, to be honest. But thanks anyway. Steve said he wasn't an honourable man and Uni got pissed and went all out. But to be honest, Joe, that was a really shitty thing to say to a military man. I don't like that. That's not okay. Right, bye guys. Thanks everyone.